Welcome back to Aviation Explainer, everyone. Today we'll be discussing the A310, which was an Airbus variant. It was one of the earliest aircraft Airbus built after the A300, so please stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I'll explain more. The Airbus A310 was a pivotal aircraft in the history of modern aviation, making Airbus's transition into the wide-body and long-range market. Here's a more detailed expansion on the A310's history, including design, variants, operational use, and legacy. The background and development. In the 1970s, Airbus, a consortium of European aerospace manufacturers, saw an opportunity to develop a medium to long-range airliner to compete with American manufacturers, specifically Boeing and McDonnell Douglas. At the time, Boeing's 707 and 727 were dominant, and the McDonnell Douglas had the DC-10. Airbus aimed to create an aircraft that could offer better efficiency, a larger passenger capacity, and an improved operational flexibility compared to existing options. The A310 was conceived as a smaller, more economical alternative to the Airbus A300, which was the world's first twin-aisle wide-body airliner. The A310 was targeted to airlines operating medium to long-haul routes, particularly in Europe and Asia. The aircraft's design was focused on reducing operating costs and new materials, fuel-efficient engines, and better aerodynamics. It was also equipped with advanced avionics, a quieter cabin, and an improved fly-by-wire control system, marking a technological leap forward. The first flight and entry into service. The A310 first flew on the 3rd of April in 1982 from Toulouse, France. This is a significant moment as it marked the debut of Airbus's second commercial aircraft and its first truly wide-body twin-engine aircraft. The aircraft received a certification in 1983, and the first commercial flight was operated by Swissair in November 1983. Swissair was the launch customer, and their adaptation helped Airbus build a credibility and in a competitive wide-body airliner market. Design features. The A310 was designed to be a smaller, more efficient alternative to larger wide bodies like the Boeing 747 and the McDonnell Douglas DC-10. Some of its key features, including wing aerodynamics. The A310 had an advanced wing design for its time, featuring winglets on later models that reduced drag and increased fuel efficiency. Twin-engine configuration. The A310 used CF6-80A engines by General Electric. Later variants used PW4000 engines by Pratt & Whitney, which were more fuel-efficient than four-engine configuration aircraft. The cockpit of the A310 was equipped with a modernized glass cockpit and fly-by-wire system, which allowed more automated flight controls and better performance and fewer crew requirements. Variants and performance. The A310 were produced. The A310-200, the original version of the aircraft, which had a range of 4,300 nautical miles or 8,000 kilometers, and the A310-200 could seat 220 to 250 passengers in a two-class configuration. This variant was primarily used on medium to long-haul routes. The A310-300, introduced in 1985, the A310-300 was an extended range version of the larger wings, additional fuel tanks, and other improvements that increased its range to about 4,750 nautical miles or 8,800 kilometers. The A310 could seat between 250 and 280, depending on the layout. This version was particularly popular with airlines needing to serve both long-haul and short-haul routes, including flights across the Atlantic. The A310 Freighter. In addition to the passenger versions, the A310 also had a freighter version, the A310F, which used cargo operations and transport, and also proved to be successful. Some A310s were converted to passengers from the cargo configuration after being retired from passenger service. The A310 was also used by military forces for transport and aerial refueling missions. Operational use and airlines. The A310 was used extensively by airlines around the world, with notable operators including Lufthansa, the German airline, which was the largest operator of the A310 using both short-haul and long-haul services, Korean Air, a South Korean airline, another significant operator of the A310, Air India, an Indian carrier in the Middle East, in the Indian area, which used the A310 for long-haul flights, particularly to Europe and the Middle East. Swissair is the launch customer. The Swissair used the A310 on European and long-haul routes. Over the years, the A310 was praised for its fuel efficiency and operational flexibility. However, as newer aircraft models like the A330 and the Boeing 777 entered the market, offering better economics and advanced technology, the A310 began to phasing out in favour of newer jets. Military and cargo roles. While commercial aircraft used the A310 started to decline in the 2000s, the aircraft found a second life in the military and cargo sector. So several countries, including Germany and Canada, use the A310 for military transport and aerial refueling. The German Air Force, for example, converted A310s into tankers and refueling jets. Cargo. A310 freighter version remained in service with cargo airlines like FedEx, and some were converted into freighters after serving with passengers. In the end of production, the A310 production ended in 1998, with a total of 255 units delivered as Airbus shifted its focus to newer aircraft such as the A330, A340. The A310 was gradually phased out by many of its original commercial operators. Despite being eclipsed by more modern aircraft, the A310 was praised for its role in shaping modern commercial aviation industry. It was one of the first aircraft to demonstrate the viability of wide-body twin-engine aircraft. The A310 has set the stage for later development of the A330, which inherited many of the A310's design principles, but with a larger capacity, better range, and more advanced technology. The A310's legacy. Technological innovations. The A310 introduced the introduction of fly-by-wire systems and advanced avionics, which would later become standard on almost all Airbus aircraft. The A310 helped Airbus become a key competitor to Boeing in the wide-body market, ultimately leading to the development of more successful A330 and A350 series. Twin-engine revolution. The A310 was amongst the first of the wide-body engines with twin engines to prove that twin engines could be safe for long-haul flights, a concept that would be adopted widely in subsequent years by the A330, 767 and 777. In conclusion, the A310 remains an important part of the aviation history. It helped define the future of medium to long-haul travel, influencing the design and technologies of subsequent generations of airliners. With no longer in widespread commercial service, it remains in use with a number of cargo and military operators. Thank you again, everyone, for listening in today. Tomorrow will be the A320 series, so please stay tuned for that. And thank you, everyone, for all your support. Like and subscribe.